Hello, everyone, and welcome to Reel Me In, a movie podcast, where you don't really ask for it, but hey, I'm going to give it to you anyways. It's kind of like with when you go to sleep and you get a spider bite on your arm, and you have no idea where that spider came from, and now you just kind of have to deal with it. So I just compared my show to a spider bite. All right, so this is a podcast where we talk about movies, pretty much everything and anything, and, well, anything about movies. I'm your host, Chase Lee, and let's get this started. Now, for this week, I decided not to do it over a certain subject or a certain movie, but basically news and everything that's happened this week, because there is a lot of stuff that's happened this week. A lot. So let's get started. The first piece of news is kind of big. It is the casting of Wonder Woman for the new Batman vs. Superman movie, which is going to be titled Man of Steel, witty dark pun here. So the woman that is cast as Wonder Woman, her name is Gal Gadot, and it's spelled G-A-L, and then her last name is G-A-D-O-T. So you want to have a little fun with it? Let's see. Since I'm white and not that well educated, I'm going to go ahead and just pronounce her name at face value. So if I didn't know how to pronounce it, I'd probably name her Gal Gadot. Gal Gadot. We're going to call her Gal Gadot for the rest of the podcast. All right, so Gal Gadot is a not actress. And by that, I mean she is a supermodel. I want you to let that sink in for just a couple seconds. You know, just a couple seconds. This woman that they cast as the most famous female superhero of all time is a fucking supermodel. Okay? I want you to wrap your head around that. So what that tells me is two things. One, Warner Brothers doesn't give a shit anymore. And two, they really just try to pick the smallest woman they possibly could. I want you to look up Gal Gadot online. So G-A-L-G-A-D-O-T. She was the woman who turned around and threw down her towel and her bikini showed in Fast and Furious 6. That's all I know her from, so there you go. There's your credit. She is a very, very tiny woman. Not going to sound rude or mean, but, Wonder Woman is kind of athletic, kind of tall, kind of muscly, but still very attractive, still very, female empowerment with beauty and kicking in the face. And, Gal Gadot reminds me of someone whose lunch got stolen in the 4th grade and they had to sit there in the corner, and that happened for 3 years. This is probably one of the worst casting announcements I've heard in a while. You think that Ben Affleck is bad as Batman? Gal Gadot is worse as Wonder Woman. I want you to think about that for a second. If you were one of those people who said that Ben Affleck was going to be terrible and he's just not going to make it work, oh yeah? Search Gal Gadot and we'll talk about that then. Wonder Woman to me is just strong and she just kicks a lot of ass. And Gal Gadot reminds me of what I used to look like when I was probably 1 before I gained all my weight when I was 2. The problem is, okay, 2 things. She has to bulk up. She has to. If she goes in as the skinny, frail, looks like I haven't eaten in 5 days Wonder Woman, it's just not going to work. I'm sorry. It's just not intimidating when someone looks like that came out of the Holocaust camp is going to try to fight someone. Doesn't work. She would have to put on an extremely, large amount of muscle. I'm not even joking. The second thing, her English, or American accent in general, and just English in general, is terrible. If you watch her in the Fast and Furious movies, she can't speak English to save her life. You can hear it, but it's I don't know, what's a good one? Charlie Hunnam trying to do English, or Hugh Jackman. Well, actually, Hugh Jackman's pretty good, so I take that back. No, I take that back. It's okay. It's okay. We're all friends here. I make mistakes. Yeah, so her accent is terrible, and the fact that she's too damn skinny as a model. Yeah, is she attractive? Oh, hell yeah. But in terms of acting-wise, like, she's not even an actor. She is a model. Like, please wrap your head around that. At least Ben Affleck is an actor. And yeah, you're probably going to throw it my way and be like, well, I can probably show you a couple things that Ben Affleck has done that makes his acting seem pretty shitty. Have you ever seen Giggly? Have you ever seen Daredevil? Yeah, random stranger. I have seen those too. 10 fucking years ago. Let's move on. You know, actors make mistakes. It's okay. We can forgive them as long as they make good shit afterwards. I don't care about their crap past. As long as they can, like, hide underground and, like, come up and move on from it, I don't care. And that's what Ben Affleck is doing, by the way. After Daredevil, he pretty much didn't do anything until Gone Baby Gone, which was like a 5-year absence. I mean, yeah, he did Jersey Girl, but that was very forgettable. And then he resurged himself as a director, and a director-actor, and a director-actor again. He won a freaking Oscar for Best Picture. Do I agree with it? No. But, I mean, he still won it. Gal Gadot is not even an actress. She isn't. And she's too damn skinny, okay? That is my thoughts on Wonder Woman. I don't like the casting choice, but like I was telling other people, I don't care. I don't care as long as the movie is good, and as long as she appears that she's good, then I'll stop. I will stop myself, punch myself in the dick, and go, you know what? You know what? I was wrong. I hope she proves me wrong. I really do. But until then, it's just a bad casting choice, and right now, I don't care about Ben Affleck. I don't care about Gal Gadot. I don't care about what villain they choose or whatever actor they choose in that. I just want it to be a good movie. That's it. You know what? I can judge it from there. I'm going to leave all my thoughts at the door, go in with a fresh mind, and be like, all right, let's sit down, watch this, and judge it for ourselves. That's my little rant on Gal Gadot, or as myself will call it, since I am white and I don't know how to pronounce people from other countries' names, Gal got it. Gal got it. That sounds like a Layer of the Cable Guy joke. Can you imagine that? No? Yeah, let's move on. All right, so the second piece of news is this. I think this happened either last week or this past Monday, but Tarantino was on Jay Leno, and he pretty much revealed his next project. I mean, you know how Tarantino is. He's very secretive, and he doesn't reveal too much, but he did say the genre that he's going to do. Now, he came out with Django Unchained last year, and you know what? Django is in my top 3 from him. It just is. I really liked the way he handled the spaghetti western and how it was portrayed and the way it was paced, and just everything about it was over the top, ridiculous, and so much damn fun. Tarantino's next movie is a western. He must have had so much fun on Django, which I would have too, to where he was like, you know what? I'm going to do a western again. It's like if you like something so much, why not go back? I mean, the man's notorious for like doing something and then his next movie is like completely different. But the fact that he's going to do like a western, he'll probably do some type of like revenge flick or like just a very standard like western story. And, you know, Tarantinoized it. So like if someone's on a horse, and they're racing someone else on a horse like next to him and they have like a gunfight or something or trying to shoot each other off the horse. Imagine this. They shoot the horse instead and the horse explodes. Okay, I'm just throwing stuff out there. It's okay. We're all friends here. I just kind of figured that would happen in a Tarantino Western. You know, they're going down the dirt path and they shoot the horse instead and the horse explodes. Anyways, out of that dark thought, Tarantino will be doing a Western. And for me, I'm pretty excited. You know, I'm actually okay with him going back to something that he really liked. I really like Django, so I'm excited to see what he can do with whatever he does. Because Tarantino is one of those secretive guys, kind of like a J.J. Abrams, except less worse. J.J. Abrams, I swear to God, he makes all of his movies in like a safe. Like he like goes into this man-sized safe, locks it, and makes a movie in there so no one knows what the hell it's about. And Tarantino's the same way, except he's more, you know, if he's like, I'm doing a Western, you know, that's kind of cool with him, cool of him, because he never like reveals anything. So, yeah, Tarantino's doing a Western. Get ready for that. And horses exploding. All right, so the next piece of news is something I thought kind of trumped the Wonder Woman news. And that is Bryan Singer, the director of X-Men, X-Men 2, and this new one that's coming out next year, X-Men Days of Future Past. He tweeted the other day, hashtag X-Men, hashtag Apocalypse, hashtag 2016. Now, me personally, that's too many goddamn hashtags. Second of all, I am super stoked for this. Now, a little backstory on Apocalypse. Apocalypse is like the X-Men's, or like Marvel's Thanos, or like the DC's Darkseid, which is the villain who is spelled D-A-R-K, dark, and then looks like someone with dyslexia try to spell the second half, S-C-I-D. So I just got super nerdy on you, and I'm about to get super nerdy on you again. Apocalypse is like those two with the X-Men universe. This guy is an extremely difficult villain to overcome, and it's going to be hard to take him down. It's just flat out. And so the fact that they're doing an Apocalypse movie right now, or like, you know, within a couple of years, is actually like really astounding. You know what, 20th Century Fox, you got some balls, my friend. You got some big, greedy money balls just hanging from your front doors, showing us that you are really thinking about rebooting X-Men. Because if you make an Apocalypse movie, no one's getting out of that alive. Wolverine can't die. But if you crush him and you ball him up like at junkyards and stuff, and you kind of spit him out into a cube, I don't think he's going to survive. And that's what Apocalypse does. Because Days of Future Past next year, that's going to be an extremely packed movie, an extremely long and emotionally draining movie, and it's going to change the game of the X-Men for sure. Apocalypse, X-Men Apocalypse is going to change the game even more. It's I'm thinking about it right now. Like I seriously, wow, yeah, I really think 20th Century Fox is going to do the Apocalypse movie, and that's going to be part 2 of Days of Future Past. I'm just throwing that out there, just speculation, but I think Days of Future Past is a part 1 of a part 2, or a part 2, or a part AA. That, I don't know what that was. Okay, so I think X-Men Apocalypse will be part 2 of Days of Future Past, because Days of Future Past pretty much will initiate the end of the X-Men era that we've grown up with since the year 2000. And I seriously think X-Men Apocalypse will be the end of that, or Apocalypse will be a part 2er, and 20th Century Fox will drag that out even more, because they're not going to ever give up X-Men. They're never going to give up X-Men back to Marvel. But if they do an Apocalypse movie and they completely just wipe out every single original character, such as Hugh Jackman as Wolverine, or Halle Berry as Storm, like the original people, then they can start over, and they won't have to keep asking Hugh Jackman to keep coming back, because I'm sure it's really hard for him. Hey, Hugh, we're going to give you another $100 million to come be the next Wolverine again, since you've been doing it for, I don't know, let's check my watch here, for 15 years? Come on. The guy has served us well. He's great as Wolverine, but it's okay if he moves on. And hold on to your seatbelts, kids. Guess what? After Avengers 3, Robert Downey Jr. is going to leave as Iron Man. I know. Why don't we just put you back in bed, and I'm going to coddle you to sleep to make sure you're not hurting or crying while this is happening. Listen, every character is bigger than the actor. Actors are going to get swapped. It's going to happen. Iron Man, X-Men, Spiderman eventually, they're all going to be swapped. So just be prepared for it. So that's what I think Apocalypse will do. I think it'll be like the last stand of the X-Men. And holy shit, I just referenced the third one. It's going to be the last stand of the X-Men. And I seriously think they're going to reboot after that. But that's just me speculating. What do you guys think? Whatever on these stories, what are your thoughts? Just comment below and just let me know. But But yeah, that's X-Men Apocalypse 2016. X-Men Days of Future Past coming out next year. Oh yeah. Can never have too much X-Men. Okay. So the news is out of the way. Let's get to the trailer that dropped. So unless you've been living under a rock, or you just stayed away from the internet, or... yeah, that's pretty much it. This Amazing Spider-Man 2 trailer dropped, and let me tell you my thoughts on it. I thought it was a pretty good trailer. I'm kind of pumped for it now. I'm still more pumped for Guardians of the Galaxy. I'm not going to lie. Like, next year, you have Captain America 2, X-Men Days of Future Past, Amazing Spider-Man 2, and Guardians of the Galaxy. I'm actually really pumped for Guardians just because it's original. It's kind of fresh to the public's eyes, and, you know, I kind of want to see their take on it and stuff, so... But Amazing Spider-Man 2 trailer, it was good. And I really hope that they know how to balance their villains. Because let's face it, Amazing Spider-Man 2 has 3 villains. So did Sam Raimi's Spider-Man 3, and we know how that turned out. Where we had emo Peter Parker cry about bedroom adventures that he had with Mary Jane. That wasn't in the movie. I just lied to you. Peter Parker and Spider-Man 3 was emo. There's 3 villains. It didn't make any sense. But Amazing Spider-Man 2, to me, it feels normal. It feels like it's going to work. It feels like each villain's going to have their own separate amount, except for Rhino. I don't think Rhino will have much of a screen presence as the other two. Because the whole movie is like, the head villain is the Green Goblin, played by Dane DeHaan, who is in Place Beyond the Pines, Chronicle, which he also played the villain. And he's the one that's pretty much going to assemble all these, except for Rhino. I think Rhino's going to work by himself, but he's going to assemble Electro, which is played by Jamie Foxx, and Rhino's played by Paul Giamatti. I think the balance of the villains is going to work for this one. Am I still kind of cautious? Hell yeah, I am. Because too many villains can mean bad things. Very bad things. Very emo things. Let's not forget that. So, but overall, the trailer, I really liked it. It's got the humor, the wit of the first one. It's got the action. It looks like it's going to be set up for bigger sequels after this one, which I can't wait for. Because the rumor is they're going to do a Sinister Six for Spider-Man 4, I believe. Now, I'm about to get super nerdy on you, and you're going to realize why I didn't date in high school. So, Sinister Six, in a nutshell, is basically there's a dark, shadowy figure, which is called the Gentleman, and he's actually in the trailer. He's also in the first one, too. And he assembles 6 villains to take on Spider-Man. That's basically it. And it looks like from this trailer in the first movie, we're going to get Lizard, Doc Ock, Vulture, Rhino, Electro, and Green Goblin as the 6. Or they can swap out Lizard from the first one and put in Venom. I really hope they put in Venom. He's like one of the most iconic Spider-Man characters. He's basically the alter ego of Peter Parker / Spider-Man. But that's basically what they're leading up to, is they're cramming all these villains in for the sequel in hopes that the Sinister Six will work. Because Sony has the Marvel rights to Spider-Man and Spider-Man only and all of his characters. And so that's all they can use. So they kind of have to go that route if they want to create like an expanded universe. I don't care as long as it's done well. Like, I know that's what I'm saying a lot today, but in reality, come on. I don't care what's in the movie. I just want it to be good. And in this case, for Amazing Spider-Man 2, I just want it to be fun, good, progress the story and the characters along. I mean, that's all I want. So, Amazing Spider-Man 2 trailer looks great. If you haven't checked it out, go on YouTube, Amazing Spider-Man 2 trailer. Check that out. Comes out next May 2nd, I believe. And X-Men Days of Future Past comes out 3 weeks later. So get ready. May is about to hit you with double penetration with 2 comic book movies. I'm pretty stoked. They actually, wait a minute. They actually all happen at the same time. Captain America 2 happens in April. And then for May, you got Amazing Spider-Man 2 and you got X-Men Days of Future Past. So within a couple months, you're going to get the 3 already. And then August, Guardians of the Galaxy. So Amazing Spider-Man 2 trailer, excellent. Captain America 2 trailer, great. And X-Men Days of Future Past trailer, great. I'm waiting for that Guardians trailer, but other than that, it looks like all the superhero movies are about to shape up, and they look really good. But I want to know what you guys think. I don't give a shit what I think. What did you guys think of the Amazing Spider-Man 2 trailer? Comment in that place to ripple in my face and let me know. Because, I've heard mixed things, like it looks stupid, it looks like a video game, or just too many villains. Reminds me of emo Spider-Man 3 where Peter Parker cries when he touches himself. Just let me know what you guys think about that. And that's it for the trailer and movie news. Now, let's get into the box office results for the weekend. All right, number one is Frozen, and it got $31 million this weekend, and its total run is $134 million. It's not bad. It's got about 16 foreign markets so far, so it's almost to 150, but their budget was 150. And the rule of thumb is you got to double that. So, come on, Frozen. I believe in you. You're a good movie, so get on up there. If you haven't seen Frozen, go see it. Great Disney movie. Hunger Games Catching Fire, that thing still keeps rolling. It was a really great sequel, very solid. I really enjoyed it. You need to go see Hunger Games, especially if you're a fan of the books and or if you're okay with and a fan of the first one. I liked the first one. It was good. But the second one was fantastic. It got $27 million this weekend for second place. And its total run so far, just domestically, is $336 million. Its budget was $130. So in the domestic U.S. and Canada alone, it's already surpassed its budget by doubling it. Like, that's crazy. In the foreign market, it's ridiculous. So Hunger Games, you're one of those franchises that's going to make money. Get ready, because Mockingjay Part 1 is coming out next year. Out of the Furnace was the new one, and that came to a debut of $5 million for third place, and it's got a $22 million budget. So, it's got ways to go, but I think it'll find its home. Maybe Oscar season, maybe people will go see it. For fourth place was Thor: The Dark World, $4.7 million, and its total run so far domestically is $193, and its budget was around $170, and it's made, I think, $471 worldwide. So Thor 2, you're doing just fine. We're going to see a third one. Marvel just keeps showing us why they are Hoss and why they like to rob us blind. But hey, that's okay. If Marvel came to me in the back alley, held up a gun to my stomach, and said, "Give me your money. I'm making a new movie," hell yeah, I'm going to give them my money. I'm going to go broke with Marvel's movies. And number 5 to round up the top 5 is Delivery Man with Vince Vaughn. $3.7 million. It's up to $24 million, and its budget was $25. So rest in peace, Delivery Man. Oh, what's that? Oh my God. Old Boy climbed all the way down to 18 this time. And its total budget was $30 million. It's only made $1.9 million. So Spike Lee, stop it. Just stop it. Or, make another movie that's not going to piss off Koreans or people in America that's seen the original. That is your box office results for the week. And let's get into the DVDs that were released this past Tuesday. And that would be Smurfs 2. Next one, Drinking Buddies, stars Jake Johnson, Olivia Wilde, Anna Kendrick, and Ron Livingston. It's great to see him make a return. He was also in The Conjuring this year. Drinking Buddies, it's an independent movie. I kind of want to see it. Clay Bloodworth, I know you've seen it. So I know you weren't really a fan of it, from I remember from your review. And I'll check it out. But The Wolverine also came out. And the fucking extended edition, unrated, is on the 3D Blu-ray only. If you guys can find me a link to just the Blu-ray extended unrated cut, please send that to me. I only saw it in the 3D Blu-ray, and I don't have a 3D Blu-ray television extravaganza, so I can't buy it right now. So I really like the movie. I really want to own it, and I want to see the unrated extended, but I don't want a 3D Blu-ray disc either, so... that also came out, and Mortal Instruments City of Bones, which kind of flopped on its ass when it came out in theaters. So that's kind of fun. All right, so I want to thank you guys for listening in, joining me on your Sunday. And if you're in North Texas right now, you probably had cabin fever for the past 3 days, so glad I could help you with that. And if you really like this podcast, subscribe to me on this, Spreaker. And if you want to follow me on Facebook, it's facebook.com/Real Reviews with Chase Lee. If you want to see how I did that, like Braun Bergen, like question mark, Chase Lee. So YouTube is youtube.com/Shabotnik75, capital S-H, or capital S, lowercase H-A-B-O-O-T-N-I-K 75 as in the number. If you want to follow me on Twitter, it's at Real Chase Lee, R-E-E-L, Chase Lee, all one word. And that's pretty much it, guys. If you want to comment on all the news stories or the trailer for Amazing Spider-Man 2, comment in that place that's right below my face. I would love to read everyone's answers. And that's pretty much it for this week. So I will see you guys next week for episode 5 of Reel Me In, a movie podcast. And that's pretty much it, guys. I will see you guys next week and have a great night. And if you're in North Texas, go play in the ice. I hear it's fun. I hear it's just like snow. No, I'm just kidding. I just lied to you again. So I will see you guys next week. I am Chase Lee, and bye-bye.